Hello from Sea Love Yoga, and thank you for joining me to Lumbini, Nepal. Crossing the border from India to Nepal was a little chaotic. We had to exit our bus and load all of our suitcases onto rickshaws and ride rickshaws to the India tent where they took our passport and wrote our passport numbers down. And then I guess we got clearance from that to cross the Nepal border, where we had to stop again to show them our passport and apply for the visa. And all of that was a little bit confusing, but we made it through. Simplest welcome sign ever. You know, you can move it around and it basically says what it needs to say. This sign is great. Instead of saying don't fall asleep at the wheel, it's like, hey, you have a goal, stay awake until you reach your goal because you're a rock star. Also, stay awake because the scenery is beautiful. Lumbini, Nepal is special for many reasons, but one of them is that the monasteries from various countries are located here. The first one that we visited was the Chinese monastery. And this guy was like, hey, thanks for visiting. You may enter. And this is the Chinese version of the Buddha. The next video will show you the grounds of the monastery, and you will be able to hear the monks chanting. And then we visited the Korean monastery. This one was very beautiful to me because of the colorful paintings and the brightly colored lanterns. And the next video will give you a tour of that. And there is a Tibetan Buddhist mantra that is Om Mani Padme Hum. And this particular picture here is a prayer wheel that has that inscribed around it. Later on in this video, I will go into more detail about the mantra and what it means. But this is the next stupa that we visited. I feel like someone's staring at me.
Yourself? Oh my God.
These are the Buddha eyes, and each part of them have a significant meaning, but the little question mark at the top signifies enlightenment, like the third eye. And this is a view of part of the complex. The area has like 42 plots for monasteries around the world. And this particular one that I'm zooming in on reminded me of Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Ohana means family. You'll often see the Buddha statue pointing with his finger up and then one finger down. And that signifies that we are all one, that everything is connected. The next monastery we visited was the one from France, the Linson Temple. Je suis très enthousiaste pour le sport. That is the one sentence that I remember from taking 4 years of French in high school. Then there was this pretty statue of this woman, goddess, and am I seeing double? Are there two of them? You know, if you read more about Buddhism, you'll find that it really is a way of life. It is not a religion. And people have made it into a religion. And so sometimes it seems like people need like a symbol to associate with it. But from what I'm learning, the Buddha was not interested in being an idol, but more about teaching a way of life that one can reach enlightenment. You know, surprisingly, my favorite monastery was the German one because it was so vibrant with the various colors and artwork, and we were very lucky to see a rare ceremony performed by the monks. Seriously considering getting my husband one of these hats. Here are the monks that are getting ready for the flag portion of the ceremony. Around the walls outside of the monastery, there were colorful, vibrant paintings that all told a story, whether it was giving honor to the stupa that of Buddha or a story about Buddha, but it was you could spend hours just looking at the art. And look here, they have the lyrics or the mantra prayer list. What I loved about this monastery was outside on the grounds, they told the story of Buddha depicted through statues. This particular one was when Buddha was descending from heaven, just a twinkle in his parents' eye. And this is depicting the moment when he entered his mother's womb, and she's just like chilling, but you know that's not how it really happened. And this is when Buddha was born, and his mother was holding onto a fig tree branch as she gave birth. And it's so funny because I bet you she didn't look that relaxed. I bet she was like holding on to her oh shit handle. And this one is depicting the time when he grew up, where he got his education and he learned his arts and crafts, and here he's learning archery. And this is depicting when he decided that there has to be more to life and he wanted to search for enlightenment, so he hopped on his horse and galloped out of his palace. That's when he decided to become a monk and cut off all of his hair. And then he decided to go about it the wrong way and deprive himself of everything, even food and water. But I could have told him that being hangry is not going to lead to bliss. And this is showing how Buddha was tempted throughout his journey. And these girls were like, "Hey, Buddha, what you doing tonight?" And he's like, "No, I am not giving in to temptation." This is him receiving enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. And then he was like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I did it. I received enlightenment, and now I must tell everyone." And he went back and he told all of his friends and anyone that would listen. And this is depicting how he received such an enlightened state that he could perform miracles. And this is the final part of the story where he passed away and ascended into Mahaperu Nirvana. We visited one of the monasteries for Nepal. The many times that I saw dogs napping or resting in front of a monastery or a statue that symbolizes peace, I think that it proves that they can detect good energy. This one was interesting because it was decorated with a darkly stained teak wood that had small, intricate carvings in the teak wood, and it was throughout the monastery. And the reason why now I know this is interesting, because that is kind of significant of Nepal, that they're known for their wood carvings. Next, we visited the Singapore temple. And in Buddhism, there are four noble truths. First, that life contains suffering. But there is a cause of suffering, which is the second truth, that craving and attachment can cause it. But the good news is that suffering can end. And that's the third truth. And the fourth truth is that it can end by following the eightfold path to enlightenment. Holy bananas, holy cow, holy Buddha. Look at the size of those knockers. Knock, knock. Who's there? Enlightenment. Enlightenment who? I can't tell you. You have to find out about it within yourself. Next, we went to the Temple of 10,000 Buddhas. 10,000 gold Buddhas on the wall, 10,000 gold Buddhas. Take one down, pass it around. 9,999 gold Buddhas on the wall, 9,999 gold Buddhas on the wall. 9,999 gold Buddhas. Take one down, passing it around. 9,998 gold Buddhas on the wall. 9,998 gold Buddhas on the wall. 9,998 gold Buddhas. Take one down, pass it around. 9,997 gold Buddhas on the wall. We performed a meditation here and it was really lovely. Highly recommend meditating in front of 10,000 gold Buddhas. And next we went to the World Peace Pagoda, which is called the Shanti Stupa. And Shanti means peace. And Nepal is lucky to have two of the World Peace Pagodas. One is in Lumbini, like you see here, and the other one is in Pokhara. And when we were at the World Peace Pagoda, we walked around it and we meditated for world peace. And all we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying is give peace a chance. And as I was walking, this family wanted to take a picture with me, and so I had them take it with my phone also. After enjoying some sugarcane juice, we went to the Thai temple. And there was this guy that was doing some roofing repairs on the very top, which is crazy because look at how high that is. And I don't believe he had any safety harnesses. And this is what it looks like inside of the Thai temple. Has anyone seen my friend Les? There he is. Oh my gosh, just watching this guy is making my hands and my feet sweat. Next, we visited the Cambodia monastery. And here I am at the entrance of the monastery, having this weird feeling that somebody's looking over my shoulder. And beware of the dragons. And this one also had pretty paintings inside. Next, we visited the Golden Temple, and this temple had different parts of it segmented by the days of the week. So if it was Saturday, you would meditate on the side of the temple that was on that day of the week. But the best part of this temple is that they were selling beads, and I found a necklace that was the Chelsea football team, the greatest one ever. And I found it at the Golden Temple Buddhist Monastery, which means that is going to give me extra luck for my team. Next, we visited the place where Buddha was born. And Lumbini is the birthplace of Buddha, and it's on the World Heritage List. Hey, guess what? Monkey butt. Film how they're picking each other's fleas. Oh, see, he picks them and eats them. Yeah, watch him, he'll pick it and eat it. In Buddhism, there are 5 precepts that are practiced. One is thou shalt not kill, don't covet what someone else has, don't commit sexual misconduct, don't lie, and then don't drink or do drugs for intoxication. So you see this white building here? It is a structure that encases the spot where the Buddha was actually born, but you couldn't take photographs inside this building. Inside, it looks like an archaeological dig that you can walk around, but the actual marker, the rock that marks the spot where Buddha was born, is encased in a glass case. So the story is that there was a king that erected this pillar to mark the spot that Buddha was born. And this king used to be really evil and killing everyone, but then they decided that they will follow Buddhism, and that's why they made this marker so it's not forgotten where Buddha was born. So the people sometimes aren't used to seeing someone with fair skin and blue eyes and red hair, I guess. They always want a selfie with me, so I took a selfie with all of these people. What I loved about this place were the monks that were meditating everywhere, and the chanting, and the prayer flags, and occasionally you would come across some crazy dudes that were also meditating, like these two here. Earlier in this video, I told you that I would talk more about the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. It translates into Jewel of the Lotus. Each part of the chant means something. So the sound Om represents purity of body, mind, and speech. And then Mani is compassion and love and altruistic intention to become enlightened. Padme symbolizes wisdom, and hum indicates the union of the method and wisdom. So it helps maintain a calm mind and overcoming negative emotions. Where in the world is Cindy from Sea Love Yoga? Here I am, and let me tell you more about Om Mani Padme Hum. It is a mantra that is chanted to invoke compassion. It aids in purifying the negative karma, and it also brings one closer to enlightenment. And you'll often find this mantra on prayer wheels or flags, but ultimately it cultivates deep love, compassion, and mindfulness. So let's recite this mantra together 3 times. Take a deep breath in. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Thank you for joining the Sea Love Yoga YouTube channel. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, see the love everywhere.